more than 50 years experience serving South Florida, this is WTVJ NBC 6 News.
A grandmother is back with her family tonight, safe and sound, after she was held for ransom.
Police investigate a deadly cruiser crash and end up with some unsettling answers.
Republicans are in the spotlight in the city of brotherly love.
And a new treatment is helping people get rid of unattractive veins. Good afternoon, everyone. We begin with a kidnapping drama, one we've followed all day. Thankfully, a grandmother is safe tonight, only after enduring a terrifying day with her armed captors.
Police say the men stormed her house early this morning, took her hostage, then demanded money. Monica Morales is working our top story live from Miami. Monica?
That's right. It's like a plot in a Hollywood movie, except this one has a happy ending. A 64-year-old woman was abducted outside her home, pistol whipped, and then thrown into the trunk of a car. Police tracked down the suspects here, this Silver City motel. Now, with no shots fired, police closed in on the suspects. That victim tonight, shaken up, but okay.
Yes, I see. I'm happy I see her.
Holding on to an officer's arm, 64-year-old Antonia Diaz finally sees her family after being held hostage for nearly 12 hours.
As she was approaching the door, she got accosted by a couple of people, beaten up, thrown in the trunk of a car, according to witnesses, and left the scene.
The suspects called the family several times, demanding money, jewelry, and even a car in exchange for the woman. Police then tracked the suspects to this motel in Liberty City. And after waiting several hours for the suspects to make a move, police closed in.
I guess they got a little brazen and stepped out to look around, in which case everybody was off to the races.
After a short foot chase, tonight 2 men are in custody, but one suspect is still on the loose. Close friends still can't believe what happened to a woman they call Auntie.
We ain't sleeping 2 days. We were worried. They didn't know what they did with her. They were asking for a lot of money.
The victim is in good condition. She's okay. We're going to speak with her naturally, and then she'll be reunited with the family as soon as she gets some medical care.
And Diaz at this hour is being treated at Jackson Memorial Hospital. Now, the third suspect, police are still looking for him, and of course, we'll keep you posted. For now, we're live in Liberty City. I'm Monica Morales, NBC 6.
Monica, thank you. Meanwhile, a small child is the victim of a deadly accident in Coral Springs. Police say the accident happened at Atlantic Boulevard and Coral Springs Drive in Coral Springs. A 3-year-old child traveling in one of the vehicles was airlifted to Broward General, where she later died. Meanwhile, police say the young girl was strapped in a car seat. An investigation is still underway.
A Hialeah police officer is facing many questions tonight after a deadly crash involving his cruiser. Patricia Andreo is live in Hialeah with new information on the story. Patricia?
And Hialeah's police department is conducting an investigation into last night's crash. The department says that one of their officers was responding to an emergency call when he ran through a red light and collided with Jorge Rodriguez, who was traveling westbound on 32nd Street in his Ford Explorer. Rodriguez died at the scene.
We now know the officer drove through the intersection under the red light. He did have his emergency signals on, his siren, his lights were all on, and we do have witnesses to attest to that.
What's the name of the officer, and what kind of call was he responding to?
The name of the officer is George Rodriguez. I don't know the nature of the call he was responding to, but I do know he was responding on an emergency basis to a call.
How long has he been on the force?
He was hired back in 1998, I'm sorry. So he's been on the force about 2.5 years.
And what is his status right now in terms of, is he on any kind of probation, suspension while the investigation's going on?
He's still on duty. Whether he's assigned to desk or back on patrol, I don't know. That's up to his captain. It's in charge of him.
Family and friends gather at the victim's Hialeah home. He leaves behind a wife and 3-year-old daughter. His wife was worried about his whereabouts. He didn't arrive home very late from a friend's house. She actually went out looking for her husband, stumbled upon the scene, and that's where she learned her husband's fate. Now it's up to the wife to prepare his funeral arrangements, which we understand the funeral will take place tomorrow here in Hialeah. We'll have much more on the story coming up at 6. Reporting live from Hialeah, Patricia Andreu, NBC 6.
Patricia, thank you. Meanwhile, a Sweetwater mother and father are facing more serious charges tonight. They're accused of torturing their 12-year-old son. Police arrested Ricardo and Josefa Davila earlier this month and charged them with attempted murder. Now the couple is also facing kidnapping, child neglect, and aggravated battery charges. Investigators say the Davilas whipped their son with an electrical cord and even made him eat his own vomit. They're set to go on trial October 2nd. A 13-year-old boy is recovering in the hospital tonight after sending a car crashing into a Broward home. Police say the teen stole a car and went for a joyride yesterday. The ride ended when he accidentally went careening into a home in unincorporated Broward near Fort Lauderdale. Authorities say the adolescent was under house arrest at the time. Police say he's already had several run-ins with the law, including a similar crime. He is listed in serious condition.
Time to take our first look at the drive home this evening. Metro Traffic's Brian Freeman is live in the Metro Chopper. Brian?
Yes, thanks a lot. Good afternoon, everyone. Traveling on 95, it's a view of 79th. You can see it doesn't look too bad now. The northbound direction is running heavy. We have two crashes, one to tell everyone about. One is northbound at 151. It unfortunately has some injuries in it. And the other is southbound at 135. So kind of a tough go there. Taking a look at the Palmetto at 122, the northbound direction from 103 and up to the area of 122 is heavy. And as we go to our Metro Chopper right now, you're looking at a live picture, excuse the strut in the way there, of a three-vehicle accident. This is on the Palmetto eastbound, the area of Red Road. As you can see, it's really not affecting traffic at this point. Everything else looks pretty good at this time. Live in the Metro Chopper, I'm Brian Freeman. Back to you.
Brian, thank you. There is new information tonight about the deadly Concorde crash. A panel of experts is meeting for the first time to talk about the disaster. This comes as another Concorde, one from British Airways, had to make an emergency landing. Willard Shepard is here now with more. Willard?
Well, Jackie, passengers on the Concorde saw what was supposed to be a quick flight from the area of London, England to New York City land several hours away. The jet stopped well short of its destination. On board, the passengers had to endure a very frightening time. It appeared that gas was leaking from the airplane.
As teardrops carve the side.
We apologize for that videotape problem. What happened on that airplane, the captain and also the co-pilot believed that there was some gas leaking from the airplane. Because of that, they did land in Newfoundland. They had to stop there at that time. No one was injured in what took place. British Airways says this was simply a very, very precautionary move because of what happened over in Paris. Now, in terms of the investigation going on there in Paris right now, a team of experts, they have gathered together. Of course, they have those dramatic and chilling videotapes that we have seen, what's left of the airplane, and also all of the eyewitness accounts. They're putting all of that together, and Tony and Jackie, soon, in just several days, will have a good idea of what happened. Back to you.
Very much. Well, Philadelphia is in the national spotlight tonight.
Republicans are putting on quite a show and nominating their candidate for president.
I'm Steve Handelsman, live at the Republican convention in Philadelphia, where today there was a little different Republican look. I'll explain what it was and why coming up.
In Philadelphia, you don't hear a lot about the environment. Maybe that's because back in Texas, George W. Bush invited
And the Democrats are firing back tonight. Find out how.
And at 5:30, we'll show you how a police officer was reunited with his four-legged partner.
But first at 5, a new treatment to get rid of varicose veins. We'll be right back.
How do you ensure success? You prepare. And nobody helps you prepare for your day like today in South Florida. Now with Fitness Mondays.
Hi, I'm Dr. Paul Kennedy with Valley Total Fitness. I'll be your personal trainer every Monday morning. Prepare for your day, prepare for your life with a leaner, healthier you.
Today in South Florida, 5 to 7 a.m. on NBC 6. Weather, traffic, news, business. And now Fitness Mondays. From the most experienced news team in South Florida, it's information to help you prepare.
When you need a car, you need Marooney.
Hunters, don't miss the big one. Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World presents the Fall Hunting Classic with 9 days of our lowest prices of the year on hunting gear, July 29th to August 6th, and 4 days of hands-on displays and free hunting seminars, August 3rd to the 6th. It's our biggest hunting show and sale of the year. So if you love to hunt, don't miss the Fall Hunting Classic at Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World, I-95 at Griffin Road in Dania Beach.
City Furniture has great values on family room furniture. A Sealy dual reclining sofa in a durable beige and green fabric is just $5.99. You'll find a variety of style combinations to choose from. Plus, you'll enjoy no payments for 1 full year and no interest. To apply, call 203-CITY for your free gold card.
official tonight. George W. Bush has received a nod as the Grand Old Party's nominee for president.
It happened on opening day of the Republican National Convention in Philadelphia. That's where we find NBC's Steve Handelsman with the very latest tonight. Steve?
Jackie, Tony, to win the White House, George W. Bush knows he's got to win the votes of people who traditionally have voted Democratic. And this Republican convention here in the First Union Center in Philadelphia is designed to help him do that right from today's first opening morning session.
The 2000 Republican National Convention.
The gavel fell on a different GOP look. Roughly 90% of the delegates are white, but many of the speakers are minorities.
Bienvenidos.
An orchestrated appeal for diverse support.
It's no secret that the Republican Party has been portrayed by many as being less than inclusive in the past.
Delegates okayed a platform promising to help those, quote, most in need. The candidate's wife, Laura Bush, speaks tonight.
She's going to talk about our priorities tonight. Our priorities are our faith. Our priorities are our family. And our priorities are this great land we call America.
On the floor today, he was formally nominated.
I proudly place the name of the current governor of the great state of Texas and the next president of the United States in the nomination, George W. Bush.
4 miles from the convention, a few people were arrested, doused with fake blood to protest U.S. policies in Latin America. They drew a huge force of Philadelphia police. Back in the First Union Center, smooth sailing. Dick Cheney got a big ovation. With the convention getting little broadcast TV coverage, mostly carried instead on cable news networks, the Democrats today bought airtime to attack Bush.
Because back in Texas, George W. Bush appointed a chemical company lobbyist to enforce the environmental laws. Houston is now the smart capital of the U.S.
3 days until Bush appears in Philly. 3 months till the vote.
I want to remind you, the polls may look good today. That's the good news. The bad news is the election isn't tomorrow. We got a lot of work to do.
George W. Bush's biggest job at this convention on Thursday night may very well be to try to convince the American people that it's a good time to change the party that controls the White House, even when many Americans think the country's in pretty good shape. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC 6, live from Philadelphia.
Okay, Steve, thank you. And we have much more on this story coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. See how George W. Bush has had a big impact on Florida's education programs.
Well, the Democratic National Party isn't wasting any time in the wake of the Republican National Convention. In fact, it is firing back. 2 new ads will be hitting the airwaves attacking George W. Bush. One of them takes aim at his record with the environment in Texas. Here's a preview.
Tonight in Philadelphia, you'll hear a lot about leaving the term behind. Meanwhile, back in Texas, George W. Bush opposed health coverage for 200,000 more children. The state ranks second to last in children with health insurance. Get the facts. Tonight in Philadelphia, you'll hear a lot about the environment. Maybe that's because back in Texas, George W. Bush appointed a chemical company lobbyist to enforce the environmental laws. Houston is now the smart capital of the U.S. Get the facts.
Now, the other ad will focus on the lack of health coverage in Texas for children in need. The ads will air in 17 states and cost more than $3.5 million.
Meanwhile, President Clinton is making several stops in Florida in the hopes of helping the Democrats recapture one of Florida's U.S. Senate seats. The president attended a luncheon in Tampa for U.S. Senate candidate Bill Nelson. He also attacked George W. Bush and criticized the GOP's prescription drug plan. The president is scheduled to arrive in West Palm Beach in about an hour to speak at another Nelson fundraiser. Nelson faces tough opposition, however, from Republican Connie Mack, who's held the seat since 1988.
Well, doctors are raving about a new way to boost your memory.
But there is a catch. We'll explain why baby knows best at 5:30.
But first, doctors are helping women fight a common problem.
We're talking about varicose veins. I'll tell you about a brand new treatment coming up next.
And a magazine is helping you uncover the best place to eat right here in South Florida.
I'm meteorologist Roland Stedham. We have had some beautiful weather here in South Florida. A scattering of showers now coming in from the southeast with a better chance of rain over the next few days. I'll explain why with my forecast that's coming up next.
How do you ensure success? You prepare. And nobody helps you prepare for your day like today in South Florida. Now with Fitness Mondays.
Hi, I'm Dr. Paul Kennedy with Valley Total Fitness. I'll be your personal trainer every Monday morning. Prepare for your day, prepare for your life with a leaner, healthier you.
Today in South Florida, 5 to 7 a.m. on NBC 6. Weather, traffic, news, business. And now Fitness Mondays. From the most experienced news team in South Florida, it's information to help you prepare.
When we gave you some of the top 10 reasons to live at Coral Lakes, the response was tremendous. Now, we'd like to give you the top 10 reasons to live in an Oriole home in the Boynton Beach area. Number 10, Addison Green. Number 9, Majestic Isles. Number 8, Tuscany. Number 7, they're all gated, active adult communities ready now for you to live the good life. And starting at $99.9. Of course, for the other 6 reasons, you'll just have to see for yourself. Oriole Homes. Isn't that reason enough?
I'm Michael Williams in the NBC6 newsroom with news stories we're working on for 5:30. A happy ending tonight for a search and rescue dog and its owner. The dog ran away and was hit by a car, but thanks to a good Samaritan, dog and owner are reunited. Plus, wildfires raging out of control in the western U.S. tonight. We'll tell you if there's any relief in sight for firefighters. Also, researchers say they found a nutrient that will help you to remember things, but there is a catch. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Please join Jackie Eswell for the news at 5:30.
The 2000 Honda clearance. It only happens once a year, and it's over before you know it. Can we say perfect timing? The 2000 Honda clearance. Seize the moment.
A half-century ago,
Here in this building, Florida television began.
WTVJ made the commitment to deliver the first and best newscast in South Florida. Journalistic excellence, community service, consistent innovation. Interesting. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The difference is experience. Experience the difference, NBC 6.
Well, not a bad day weather-wise, but I have a feeling Roland's going to tell us tomorrow's going to be a lot different.
Well, it is the rainy season after all. Here's Roland Steadman.
It is the season. In fact, we have a tropical wave that's headed towards South Florida. That tropical wave is going to give us a better chance of rain here over the next couple of days. Let's take a look at the radar right now across the state. You're going to see the way the flow is shaping up. The moist southeasterly flow means a scattering of showers. Best chance of rain will happen as the sun is setting later tonight, tomorrow morning. However, as the moisture increases over the state of Florida over the next couple of days, then we're going to be seeing a better chance of showers and storms in the afternoon. 89 degrees outside right now in Miami, 87 degrees in Fort Lauderdale, 88 degrees right now in Key West and to the north. Temperatures are also in the 80s, but it is 90 degrees right now in Jacksonville. Here's the Doppler radar, and notice the southeasterly flow, but notice the thunderstorms developing out here to the west end of the state. These showers are going to continue to come in on this breeze. In fact, it's going to be kind of breezy along the beaches over the next couple of days because of the series of tropical waves and disturbances that we have moving from the southeast to the northwest. So right out here we have one little disturbance. For the most part, this is trying to steer away from the state of Florida. But look at this line of moisture that we have stretching from the Bahamas right on down to the Yucatan Peninsula. This is the tropical wave that is going to continue to push right over South Florida. And in fact, our futurecast picking up on that, showing the increase in moisture all the way through Thursday morning. So a better chance of showers and storms tomorrow afternoon, lingering into the first part of Wednesday. And then by late Wednesday, more so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we'll see a lot more sunshine. But it could be pretty unsettled over the next couple of days. A lot of moisture around the Gulf Coast region, stretching right up through the Appalachians as well. And a couple of scattered thunderstorms across the northeast. High temperatures tomorrow here in the southeast will be in the 80s and 90s, about 90 degrees in South Florida. To the desert southwest we go with temperatures out there right around the century mark. So here's my forecast then. For the boaters tomorrow, wind is going to be out of the southeast at 15 knots. Seas running about 2 to 4 feet. Moderate chop in the bays, temperature in the surf at 86 degrees. Scattered showers, some heavy later tonight. Coming in on the breeze, some of those little cells could produce some little downpours. About 78 degrees for the low tonight. Then tomorrow, periods of sunshine and a better chance of showers and storms. Highs getting up to near 90 degrees. Sunset tomorrow will be at 7 minutes after 8 o'clock. And then my extended forecast will keep it unsettled through Wednesday as that moisture continues to move over us. And then we'll start clearing things out with a nice southeasterly breeze. That means the best chance of showers by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will happen during the late night and during the early morning hours. That's a look at your weather. Have a great night. Here's Tony and Jack.
Okay, Roland, thank you. Well, it's an unsightly and often painful problem affecting millions of Americans, but mostly women. We're talking about varicose veins.
Thankfully, there's a brand new way to get rid of them. Health and Family reporter Diana Gonzalez is here to show us how it's done. Diana?
Well, this technique uses a device called the Trivex system that was FDA approved in April. Only a couple of surgeons in South Florida are using it right now, and one doctor described this new procedure as liposuction for varicose veins.
Old Jenny Coronel is bothered by the varicose veins on her right calf. She's having them removed with a new technique that's faster and less invasive than traditional surgery. Only 2 tiny incisions are needed to slide in catheters, one with a light and one with a tiny drill and suction device. As a result, less scarring.
You're doing 2 incisions where before you might have to make 6, 7, 8, even 10 incisions.
Dr. Enrique Ginsberg at Jackson Memorial Hospital is the only surgeon in Miami-Dade County using this new technique. The lighted catheter under the skin helps him to clearly see the problem area. It also delivers a solution that shrinks the veins. Then the other catheter does the work. Watch closely as the veins disappear. Here's how.
There's a little propeller that's, like a rotor-rooter, when they use in plumbing. And you stick it in, and now it sucks the vein, it attaches it to the rotor-rooter, and that chews it up, cuts it, and sucks it out from under the skin.
One of the major benefits, patients spend a lot less time in the operating room. This procedure using traditional vein surgery would have taken 45 minutes. Instead, it took 10 minutes.
The technical name for this procedure is transilluminated phlebectomy. Dr. Ginsberg says it makes varicose vein removal much easier and more complete because it's harder to miss a vein. That means better results for the patient.
This procedure can be done under general anesthesia or a spinal block. Recovery takes a few weeks. Tony and Jackie?
Diana, thank you. Well, do you know where to eat the best sushi or Italian food? Well, instead of driving around South Florida in search of the answer, now you can find it all in one magazine.
That's right. Miami Metro Magazine, in conjunction with NBC6, has named 272 of the best people, places, and things in South Florida, including some of our own anchors and reporters have given their opinions. The best of list includes everything from the top doggy daycare to the most delicious medianoche sandwich. I can think of a couple of places.
I'm
very well.
I'm cooking them off in my head right now.
Well, by now you probably have noticed that our news is looking just a little bit different, and we have to tell you that this is only the beginning.
What an exciting day for all of us. We are broadcasting tonight from our new all-digital main campus in Miramar, and you're just part of our studio as you take a look here. Our engineers are busy getting the rest of it all wired up, and we're right here alongside the new huge newsroom. In fact, we're going to take a look at that a little bit later. There's our assignment desk. And this is quite a place, isn't it?
That's right. You saw some people earlier unpacking, helping us put the news together, and even a few workers who are putting the finishing touches on our building here in Miramar. So stay tuned, because in the coming weeks, we promise there are going to be a lot of surprises.
And we also want to say, while we're putting the finishing touches on this main campus in Miramar, we're also getting things ready for our studio at the American Airlines Arena in Miami. So a lot of exciting things happening at NBC6, and certainly today is a big day for all of us here.
Yeah, it's an exciting day for all of us at NBC6.
Well, doctors are excited, speaking of that word, about a new way to boost your baby's memory.
Coming up tonight at 5:30, we'll show you what pregnant mothers need to know.
And then at 6, there's a new place in Florida where you can swim with the dolphins.
But first at 5, the National Monument is back in business after a major facelift. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
NBC6 News is brought to you by Marooney. When you need a car, call Marooney. 1-877-MAROONEY.
Where's the car, dear? I think it's over here. Parked it over there, so.
Over there?
Yeah.
All right.
But it's not there. I lost the car. I can't believe I lost the car.
Where did you leave it lost?
No. I can't believe I lost the car.
You need a car? We'll show you the way. Marooney, the biggest selection of cars and trucks. When you need a car, you need Marooney.
Harry, we're going to need that car.
Are you eligible for Medicare? Well then, Be sure you get the 7 essential benefits from Humana Gold Plus. Call 1-800-537-3706. This booklet, 7 ways to improve your Medicare coverage. Here are the first 4. Number 1, with thousands of doctors nationwide, it's easy to pick your favorite. Number 2, 100% hospitalization means you'll be covered down the road. Number 3, prescription drug coverage means paying for medicine won't leave you in the hole. Number 4, an annual hearing test, eye, and dental exams are all covered, so you won't miss anything important. You want 5, 6, and 7? Call now. They're listed in the booklet. Humana Gold Plus is an HMO with a Medicare Plus Choice contract and has no plan premium. Medicare pays us, so you don't have to. Ready to learn more? Call now for your free booklet, 7 Ways to Improve Your Medicare Coverage. Call 1-800-537-3706.
Hi, I'm Bob from FPL. If you could lower your energy bill, what would you buy with the savings?
Jump tickets, a couple new shirts, cigars, another pair of pants.
What would you spend on
that? Come on. Hello. Maybe a new pair of deck shoes. I'm a romantic kind of a guy. I try to be.
That's good.
This is pretty good. Dinner, dancing.
Yeah, I like the idea. No matter what you're saving for, FPL has a number of ways to help you keep your bills lower. Call 1-800-DIAL-FPL for your summer comfort kit.
I'd probably take you to lunch.
I like you.
I like you.
You trained for this. You're ready for this. You're the best. Now go out there and show them what you got.
It's not just a store. It's the biggest game in town. Just for Feet has more of everything. More to see, more to do. More brands, more styles. And for a limited time, save 20 to 40% on selected basketball, running, and training shoes for men, women, and children. Only at Just for Feet.
A half-century ago,
Here in this building, Florida television began.
WTVJ made the commitment to deliver the first and best newscast in South Florida. Journalistic excellence, community service, consistent innovation. Interesting. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The difference is experience. Experience the difference. NBC 6.
Well, let's see how Wall Street did on the last day of July. The Dow was up 10 points to end the day at 10,521. The NASDAQ was up 103 points to close the day at 3,766. Remember, log on to our website, NBC6.net. For the NBC6 Stock Watch, we've teamed up with CNBC to bring you the very latest information. Well, the Washington Monument is once again open to the public after a $10 million facelift. Visitors to Washington, D.C. will be able to get a bird's-eye view of the National Mall after waiting 3 years. NBC's Beverly Kirk has more.
After 3 years and $10 million, the Washington Monument is all cleaned up. On the outside, chipped and cracked stones, repaired or replaced. And on the inside, more room at the top to see the spectacular view of the White House and the rest of Washington, plus a number of new exhibits.
It's the first time in 7 months visitors have been allowed inside the monument, and the line is long. But many don't seem to mind the wait. How long do you think it's going to take before you get?
Oh, not long.
That's what we're trying to determine right now.
Even though it's a typical July day in the nation's capital, hazy, hot, and humid. Those among the first group to go into the monument say it's worth the wait.
It just looks the way it should look. It's something to be proud of. It's something that's now been redone and shows a lot of love and care the American people have put back into it.
Security at the monument is much tighter than it used to be. Visitors are screened and their bags searched.
I didn't have any anxieties about it before, but I think it's a good precaution.
A recent study found that the Washington Monument and other memorials on the mall are vulnerable to a potential terrorist attack. Beverly Kirk, NBC News, Washington.
I can tell you this, about a month ago, I took my son Anthony to see the Washington Monument in Washington, and to see his 6-year-old eyes open as big as saucers was worth every second of it. It looks beautiful with the new monument all redone. Michael Williams and Jackie Nesbrough standing by now as we take a look at the news at 5:30.
Tony, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony.